Today I'll be showing you the all-new Customer Portal Access rules and how to set these rules to enable and disable your customers from access into the portal. Let's go ahead and set up a few access rules in ClassJuggler and see how they affect the portal from the customer side of things. From the main menu and the Customer Portal Manager. Now the new tab under Settings for Screens is the Access Rules, so we're going to click on that. We're going to click on the Add a New Rule button. First, let's set up a rule for a new account customer registration. When we set up this access rule, we are saying that only certain new customers with this access code can create a new customer registration at this time. So I need a rule ID. So I'm going to put in new reg, and I am going to put in a rule description. I'm going to say special access for new registrations. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and turn this rule on. I'm going to click on the new accounts, and I'm going to put it in some of a begin date and an end date. So I'm going to use today's date, and I'll keep it active for 1 month. I'm going to save my changes, return to the self-service manager. Here you can see our rule. So now that we've set up this access rule, go to our portal and click on the Register Now. It is saying new registrations are currently restricted to customers with a specific access code. If you do not have a special access code and would like to register, please contact us at the phone or email shown below. So I am going to put in our NEWREG, and I'm going to validate the code. All right, so now our customer can see the registration form. You can fill it out and become a new customer. I'm going to minimize our portal and go back to our access codes and add a new rule. The next access rule that I want to set up is the portal sign-in access rule. This rule is very similar to the one we just set up, except that access for all customer portal sign-ins are restricted without the code. So my rule ID, I'm going to put in ALL PSI. I'm letting that stand for all portal sign-ins. I'm going to put in a special access for all portal sign-ins. I'm going to turn this rule status on. It is the portal sign-in, so I'm going to click on that rule, put in a begin date, today's date, and an end date. I'll do July 21st. Let's save my changes and return to the self-service manager. And here you can see we've got a second one. So I now have 2 rules. We're going to go back and add another new rule. The next access rule that we'll look at is the specific class stores. So I'm going to put in Camp 123. Let me get rid of the space. I don't think that would be good to put in there. We're going to put in required to shop for summer camps and classes. I'm going to turn this rule status on. The specific class stores is the last rule, so I'm going to click on that. Put in a begin date, today's date, an end date from a month from now. Save my changes, return to the self-service manager. We have set up that new rule. Before we can look at this access rule, we must add the access rule that we just created to one or more of our class stores. So let's return to the Online Shopping tab. I'm going to go to my Summer Camps and Classes from the Edit Store. Now when you look in the very first section of Class Store Name and Description, you'll see a new line, Store Access Rules. So I'm going to choose the Camp 1, 2, 3. I'm going to save my changes, return to the Self-Service Manager, and my access rules. And let's pull up our portal, shop for classes. Now you can see the Fall 2018 classes, shop this store. But when I go to my Summer Camps and Classes, there's a little note here saying access code required. So let me click on my shop this store. And there is my special access rule that it's asking for. So I will put in Camp 1, 2, 3 and submit. And now I am permitted into my Summer Camps and Classes, and I can shop for whatever class I'd like. The final type of access rule is the class shopping rule. Here a code is required before the user can gain access to any class store. So my rule ID is going to be CSAS. My description is going to be required to shop for any class store. I'm going to turn on this rule. I'm going to click on the class shopping, put in a begin and an end date. Save my changes. Let's return to the Self-Service Manager, and we now have all 4 of the different scopes of rules here. So let's go into our portal, shop for classes. It's not letting me see any of my classes because I need the special access code to shop for any classes. So I'm going to click in there and put the CSAS code in there and submit it. Now I can see my Fall 2018 classes, and my Summer Camps and Classes are still requiring that access code. So if I did not give the customer this access code, they could only shop for the Fall 2018 classes.